Can we move to Colonel Bopanna and then come back to Tripta aunty, if that's okay?
आंटी आपका मैम आपका माइक ऑफ है. माइक.
So let's move then to Lieutenant Colonel Bopanna Shashidhar Sayyad, 106 Engineer Regiment, 79 Mountain Brigade. He joined the Indian Army 18 years old, the National Defence Academy, and he was a part of the support to 17 Jat, 13 Jammu and Kashmir Rifles, 18 Mahar, and 2 Naga, 79 Mountain Brigade. That's all I'm going to introduce him, because he's had a vast experience counter-insurgency in the northeast and in the valley. Colonel Bopanna, you come from Coorg, a place which has given this nation wonderful soldiers. Field Marshal Cariappa, General Timaya, and the list is endless. Take us through, without me interrupting you, take us through the battle, your preparations when you moved from into Dras.
Yeah, good evening, gentlemen. My respects to all the parents, mothers, fathers who are there of the martyred soldiers. First and foremost, I have been part of Vijay from 25th of May, 1999. I was part of Victor Force, which was in the counter-insurgency operations in Valley. On a phone call, my company moved in support of 79 Mountain Brigade, which was located at Mashko Valley. We had 56 Mountain Brigade at Dras, and to take care of Tiger Hill and 4875, 79 Mountain Brigade was tasked. And I would like to tell that all the officers who were martyred, be it Vijayan Thapar, Padmapani Acharya, Colonel Vishwanath, Anuj Nair, Vikram Batra, I had personally known all these officers. I have met them, especially Anuj Nair. I have met him. He was a smart boy as a lieutenant. We had shared a few meals also in my bunker. That's a few days before his fight. I, as part of 106 Engineer Regiment, I was a major then, commanding a field company, 19 field company. It's a very old company, raised in 1812. So we ourselves have, we all engineers existed as field companies earlier on. And we too are men who are posted in the field companies, draw a lot of courage and honor from the kind of history they have got. We almost had about 200 years of history behind us. So when we landed at 79 Mountain Brigade, I, as a field company commander, had to teams to 12 Mahar, 13 Jacrif, 17 Jat, and 2 Naga. So, as it was mentioned earlier on, first and foremost attack was on the Tololing. I had been witness to each and every attack that took place from Tololing, then Tiger Hill, then 4875. This is the sequence that it happened. And as the general told, it's the Bofors guns that played a great role in initially pulverizing the enemy bunkers. And thereafter, it's the infantry battalions that have shown their grit and absolute valor in going up 80 degrees slopes in small numbers, because the kind of phase, we couldn't expose more than 10 people at a time because climbing was so hard. In waves, they have gone in spite of knowing that at least half of them would be casualties. I had personally never seen such kind of valor. I've been commissioned in the year of 1986, though we have seen counterinsurgency operations and all that, but we've never seen complete battalions and brigades going into attacks. And when the infantry battalions, especially 17 Jat, 13 Jacrif, 12 Mahar, these 3 battalions, I have personally seen them going into attacks. And the Jat war cry, Jat Balwan Jai Bhagwan, that was the war cry they had. And 13 Jacrif, Colonel Y.K. Joshi. He was such a smart officer. He was the 2IC of the Paltan then. And due to some reasons, the command has come on to his shoulders at a very short notice, which he really took on himself very, very well. And the kind of valor they have shown in spite of continuous fire from the top. So I was witness to everything that was happening. Being an engineer officer, I was not part of the attack. Being part of the brigade headquarters, I was supporting the 3 battalions by giving our engineer debts, so that when our attacking forces go, the Pakistanis have laid a lot of booby traps and have kept a lot of IEDs, improvised explosive devices, to harm our people. So when Anuj, I'll tell you this specific instance. Anuj Nair, when he was a lieutenant, he was made into a captain few days before the attack. And his other officers from the regiment, Deepak Rampal is my NDA course mate, who fought the battle, who got a Veer Chakra. And Anuj, before going for his attack, he had given his a watch and a ring to Major H.S. Madan, who was adjutant of 17 Jat, saying that, sir, keep it safe. This was gifted. This is from my fiance, and when which Major H.S. Madan has put it in his pocket. He said, sir, I'll come back and collect it back from you. So, well, that never happened. Unfortunately, he had a very big rocket hit on his neck, and a martyred body is become a martyr. That's an unfortunate thing. While this entire event was going on from day one, I must say that the entire event has been recorded. I don't know how much of you can see. Every day of the event, this is just every day of the battle has been recorded by me. Whatever has been happening in the general area of 79 Mountain Brigade, to the extent there is a recording of 5th July, 6th July, and 7th July, wherein it says heavy casualties reaching of 17 Jat. That's on 5th July, and similarly on 6th July I had an entry here. Too many Jat casualties tonight, and so it was a absolute kind of a fighting, never seen, never heard. I have never seen a thing like that. All the guns blaring against each other, and we had the Jats, the Jakarif people, and the 12 Mahar absolutely going in waves, one after the other, knowing that there would be casualties. I had not seen an iota of hesitation from none of the officers, nor the Jawans.
Brilliant.
The Jawans were so bold, even after having been injured. Some have got their arms severed. Some, I have seen a soldier without a jaw, just with a field dressing, holding it with one hand. I have seen him sliding down the 80-degree slope, trying to reach a hospital or advanced dressing station that's down below. So in spite of the heaviest of fighting, the maximum casualties that one could imagine, there was no let down by the men, by the officers, by the COs. The whole aim was to save the honor of the country was the prime. Even before the country, there's something, the honor of the unit, the honor of the Paltan, that comes first and foremost, and thereafter everything else. They don't remember their families. They will forget their parents, wives, kids. To them, just the honor of their Paltan and, of course, the honor of the nation. There are two things. So this I have seen with my eyes, and forever I always, when people see army people in the towns and cities, they may be wondering what they would be doing in peacetime, and that it's a big expenditure for the nation to bear such a kind of an army. But let me tell you, when there is a war, it is these people who without thinking twice will give their ultimate sacrifice. I am just lucky in front of you that I come out alone, I must say. Many incidents have happened where I, along with 4 Jawans, were fired upon by missiles, shoulder-fired missiles, and it happened that the missile landed on one side of a particular huge rock, and there were 4 or 5 people on the other side, and all of them were martyred. It's just a matter of luck that I could come out unscathed. And I must proudly say that for the performance of my Paltan, that's 106 Engineer Regiment, and my field company, which is 19 Field Company, soon after the war, we were given the Chief of Army Staff's unit citation for the overall performance of my regiment.
Wonderful.
But in this, I must say, an infantry battalion is an ultimate outfit of a Indian Army. The way that's the sole purpose, the way they go ahead without an iota of hesitation, with a kind of take charge of the situation. We never see it. I doubt if any other army has this kind of a devotion towards their Paltan and their regiment and the nation. So I'm a witness to these all activities. I'm one of the guys who stayed from 25th of May till 1st of November. I was one of the first guys to come in and the last people to leave the place. And I have known all the COs, Colonel Chima of 12 Mahar, Colonel Bawa of 17 Jat, Lieutenant Colonel YK Joshi then of 13 Jackrif, and I am forgetting two Naga CO, and our brigade commander was Brigadier RK Kakkad. And we had a BM then, Brigade Major Srivastava, who is a Major General today. Best part is we are all in touch with each other. And HS Madan, who was the Major, who was the Adjutant of 17 Jat, Anuj Nayar's own unit. He is a Brigadier, he retired as a Brigadier, he's settled in Chandigarh nowadays. We share a very great bonding. We do remember all the great heroes who have martyred right in front of us. And we all salute all the parents, the wives, the brothers and sisters who have lost about 529 lives, army lives. And my salute to each and every one of them. And it has been a great honor to have served with them. And I have seen them in action. And I always have a great respect for the Indian Army, and especially the infantry. It opened my eyes at what exactly an infantry was. Because in my short, I left the army after 21 years of service. But in my small tenure in the army, I had seen absolute infantry in great role, great performance, and hats off to them. We regained our thing. And in the same breath, I must say, it's artillery, the Bofors, and the field guns that have done great job. They have done wonders, I must say. They were put in a direct role, which is generally not their role. And in those rocky heights, where Pakistanis were hiding in great numbers, fully armed with a lot of ammunition and food, firing from crevices onto us from great heights, it's the Bofors guns and other field guns that have done wonders to us. And I must, my salute to them. And of course, our Air Force did their own bit, but the artillery and infantry have done their great.